Hey, this is Elliott with Karakoram. I'm here to show you how to set up the Guide-HB hard boot binding. So with hard boot bindings, just due to the boots being rigid and them all being a little bit different sized, everything needs to be really locked in. So it takes a little bit of fine adjustments. Whereas soft boot snowboard bindings, you just sort of have your soft boot and kind of ratchet them in there and good enough. With these, you really want to be locked in, so it takes a little bit more, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. All right, in the box you'll find a bagged hardware kit with the bails, and in these you'll have 2 toe bails, two heel bails, and a little hardware kit. And then you'll have a couple of these, just the chassis of the binding. All right, so when looking at the binding, the outside is the black sidewall, and you can see that there are also these sort of bumpers to create these canting blocks. And so you'll just try to find the center of your boot. You'll grab the toe bail and just kind of set it in here just to get a gauge on how it fits. And then you'll want to check how it lines up with these holes here. It looks like I'm probably right around the second hole on the toe, and probably also around the second hole on the heel as well. And from there, we'll go ahead and get started with the barrel nuts. So I'm just taking these here barrel nuts and I'm screwing them onto the bails, and you'll do this for all of the bails. There's a barrel nut for each threaded bail. All right, so we're going to start with the rear adjustment. You'll start by removing these 4 heel stay screws. These 2 will remain. Okay, now you're ready to insert the heel bail. So to do so, take this washer and put it on the outside of the barrel nut. Then you go ahead, and since I'm on one of these front 2 holes, I need to drop this into here. I'll go ahead and take another one of these washers and put it on the outside. I'll go ahead and take one of these M5 nuts, one of these really small ones. Put it on the outside. Tighten it just a bit, but not all the way. All right. Take that, and it's a little bit of a tight fit if you're on one of these front 2 holes. We'll go ahead, we'll take another one of these washers, put it on here. We'll just kind of swing it around and drop it into the matching hole. Now that I have that on there, I take another washer, put it on the outside, and then drop in another M5x5 screw. All right. After you do that, just make sure again that this is bent towards the back, curved like that towards the back, and then you can go ahead and tighten those all the way. All right, now it's nice and tight. And then we'll go ahead and reinsert those 4 screws. You may need to squeeze in the sidewalls a bit just to make sure everything's lined up, and make sure you use the correct long screw and where there's the canting bumper. All right, now we're ready to move on to the toe bail. Just as in the back, we will go ahead and place one of these barrel nuts or one of these washers over the barrel nut. Place it in the hole that we found earlier. And on these, you have 2 options. You can loosen one side of the toe stay, or you can kind of just squeeze it in here like I'm gonna do. So put a washer on the other side, the other barrel nut. Go ahead and drop it in there. Squeeze it in pretty easily. Then you can go ahead and just loosely, again, you put another washer there, along with the screw. washer. Another M5 screw. I'll just go ahead and leave these quite loose for now as I go ahead and do my first fit check. So I'll go ahead and I will put the heel bail over the heel welt, drop it in there, try to cam over the toe bail. And you can see right here that it's really loose. So we're gonna have to go ahead and do a fine adjustment. So we will unscrew these. And I will take the fine adjustment and just watch the barrel nut go a little bit higher, and that's how you will make it a tighter fit. To make it a looser fit, you would make the barrel nut come down on the threaded part. I'll just kind of head up towards the middle on both of these. All right. All right, now I'm in there pretty good now. I want it a bit more locked in. I can still get a little bit of play there. I want it really, really tight, so I'm gonna go ahead and do another fine adjustment just to get a little bit tighter. All right, do my final check. Snaps on there, really tight. That's perfect. All right, and so I'm set up pretty good, but you can get yourself set up as dialed as you want. If you find your boots sort of too far forward or too far back on your board, you can make these fine adjustments. You can make bigger adjustments to kind of get your boot just in the exact correct place. I find it a bit easier to adjust the front bails, but if you really want to get it perfect, you may want to adjust the rear bails a little bit. A good indication that you need to move up to the next size hole or down a hole is if the threaded part of the heel bails or the heel or toe bails starts to hit the metal toe stay or heel stay parts. That's a good indication that you need to bump down to the next hole size. All right, once you're all dialed in, you can go ahead and take these pads and put them on the 4 heel stay screws. These 2 here. That's just to avoid collecting snow and give a little more protection to your board. All right, it should look like that when you're done. Cool, now we're just gonna test fit everything on our board and interface. Put that on there. Go ahead and put my boot on there just to check it out. Cool, we're good to go. All right, you just set up your Guide-HB split board bindings.